What is going on between Taiwan and China? Why is US involved? Will US defend Taiwan? Or is this the beginning of another world war? Hey everybody, welcome back to Info Chunks. The tensions between China and Taiwan are becoming severe by the day, with China recently completing its largest ever military drills along the Taiwan Strait. And they don't seem to be backing down from reunifying with its breakaway province. A Chinese ambassador had this to say in a recent interview.
Taiwan is not an independent state. We are waiting for a peaceful unification. So when necessary, when compelled, we are ready to use all necessary means.
Now, with everybody focusing on Taiwan and China, we were interested in a third party, the US, Taiwan's strongest ally. Recently, House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan to reaffirm US friendship, which is what started these drills in the first place. In this video, we're going to be finding answers to two important questions. Why does Taiwan matter so much to the US, and will they truly come forward to protect the island? Let's take a short trip to history for a second. During the Cold War, US maintained strong relations with Taiwan, or the Republic of China as it was called then, by establishing military bases to contain the spread of communism that was prevailing in China, and also for the Vietnam War. Even though the relations between the two parties deepened, US ended diplomatic ties with Taiwan in order to maintain relationship with China. But at the same time, on April 10, 1979, America passed the Taiwan Relations Act, which is like a half formal and informal commitment to Taiwan. By the act, US will provide defense articles and services, ensure that the island has self-defense capability, and the US will be committed to maintain peace. But how will it maintain it? Well, that's not clear, guys. But till now, this act is the chief guideline for you, me, and the world to understand US's relationship with Taiwan. Okay, so with that history in mind, let's fast forward to the present, and I will give you 5 reasons for US interest in Taiwan. Number 1 is Taiwan's democracy. Taiwan's success as a separate nation, especially near China, is very important to show and spread the success of democracy. And by democracy, I mean American economics. Taiwan, in spite of its struggles, is actually a very advanced democratic nation. So, China actually doesn't fear Taiwan as just a nation, but as a democratic nation. And if it is joined with China, there is a high chance that communist ideology also spreads to Taiwan. And history has shown that US will go to great lengths to hamper the spread of communism. Number 2 is Taiwan's geopolitical location. Taiwan is in the center on what is called the first island chain. In order to gain dominance in Asia, China first has to gain dominance in this first island chain. Using Taiwan, China will get access to several international water routes through which Chinese Navy can reach the Western Pacific and directly threaten Hawaii, Guam, and even the US. And also for US to have an ally so close to a rising superpower like China is a great military advantage. Number 3 is South China Sea dispute. The South China Sea has long been a source of territorial disputes. More than 5 trillion in traded goods and a third of all water traffic worldwide passes through this sea each year, and its floor is believed to contain massive resources of oil and natural gas. It's a main route connecting Pacific and Indian Ocean ports. If China secures Taiwan, it would have major control over this sea's routes and could potentially disrupt world trade, secure huge oil and gas reserves. It will definitely deny access to foreign military forces like the United States. Number 4 is the semiconductor shortage. We have actually made a video on this, and I will leave a link to that in the description for you to check it out if you want. In short, semiconductors are used in every electrical device, from phones to cars. Its shortage has caused massive economic disruptions. Just for example, the auto industry alone lost $200 billion in 2020 alone due to this issue, according to MIT research. Now, in this scenario, 54% of semiconductor production is done by a company called TSMC. And guess where it's located? China's control of TSMC would give it a near monopoly in this semiconductor market. It will increase US dependence on China. Now, saving the best for the last, the final reason is US international credibility. For better or for worse, US has shown itself as the world's police, and how US handles Taiwan is an important measure on how it will protect its allies against a rising China. As a report from Washington stated, and if the Americans couldn't stop the Chinese, who would or even could? If they succeed under America's watch, it would lead a massive shift in world power. Dominoes will start to fall, with many countries joining China. Now, these are the reasons for US support for Taiwan. Recently, President Biden said this when asked if US will defend Taiwan.
Are you willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes, that's a commitment we made.
Now guys, he's not saying this out of thin air. He is basing it on the Taiwan Relations Act. But what does he mean by defense? Is it selling arms, sending forces, or joining forces? And here lies the brilliance of American politics. American leaders have used something called strategic ambiguity in international politics. What that means is they intentionally be vague about US commitment to Taiwan for flexibility and safety in what they plan on doing. Because even if they openly commit, it will actually provoke China to use force. But what is clear is that US will defend Taiwan in some shape or form based on the Taiwan Relations Act and the previous reasons I mentioned. And if reunifications were to happen, US wants it to be a peaceful one. And it is my hope that China and Taiwan come to a peaceful solution and not make a costly mistake that could lead to a war or even a world war. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, make sure to like, share and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.